last chance. No beating around the bush.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Blake Production.
What is poppin'? Wonderfi Technologies. We got the stock breakdown here. Right now I got the chart on a logarithmic chart. Let's change that up. Let's go back to regular. This is what we're going to look at here, okay? Very interesting. I think, right? Oh, dude, this stock, my overall thesis on Wonderfi and all these posts that I've been making, it's starting to slowly become more and more true. The thesis is becoming more and more valid. I'm so excited. Shivers literally on my back when I start to think and talk about this. Again, look at these three zones that I've highlighted, right? We have November 2021 to November 2022. Major bear market here, right? The stock has gone down in that time 95% plus. Okay? It looks horrible from that perspective. Looks drastic from that perspective. But keep in mind that this is when Bitcoin drops 70%, right? This is when FTX gets underwater. They bail out. Celsius bail out. A bunch of these crypto exchanges, they go underwater. What is that? The picture it paints on the space is horrible. Like, it makes the space look horrible. So for those who have done their research on Bitcoin, have done their research on crypto and its potential in the space, blockchain, etc., you know that out of this 95% drawdown comes insane opportunities for the right stocks. And I'm starting to see now Wonderfi is showing that it could very well be one of these plays here. We spend from November 2022 to 2023 entirely sideways, essentially. Okay, so if we are looking from the very low 11 cents to the very high, the average price is sitting probably around the mid 20s. And if we zoom in, that makes sense, right? Because we have this massive pop. Look at this gap down here that happened in the beginning of January, right? And again, it's wild that I can't believe this. Just go back and check out some of these Wonderfi videos, because you know what? Like, I'm proud of myself of all the years of studying technical analysis and understanding, you know, this sector, this crypto sector in particular. I'm slowly starting to see, holy fuck, dude, like, you're right. Like, this is nuts. But anyways, okay, we have this major gap down in January. It leaves us this major gap, and we barely could fill it. Was there for 3 days, can't fill that gap, right? So this 26-cent range, that's the median, right? So now what we're looking for, right, we have this massive downtrend, we have this massive equilibrium, sideways trading, creating an accumulation zone. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, this is where big money is investing. This area. When the stock's 95% down, that's when big money is like, let's check this guy out here just in case we got some. That's when people want to invest. I spent this past year gathering a large position here because my idea on this trade is that if this bull market in crypto is about to occur with the Bitcoin ETF potentially coming soon, with the Bitcoin halving coming soon, which inevitably we know, that's going to make the supply go lower. That's going to make, a supply shock is going to occur, and it's going to be so much harder to get Bitcoin. There's so much more news coming out, like the US Congress posting some sort of document talking about how Bitcoin could be this mega computer technology that they're starting to discover, right? So this is a lot bigger than just a currency we're talking about if we're talking about Bitcoin, right? Another thing, Bitcoin just cracked 40K. This week, expect a lot of these crypto-related stocks to probably get some sort of action. Now, when we're looking at Wonderfi, the characteristics of this stock have completely changed. So if you could see sideways trading, super like dull, right? Since the beginning of November, somebody's buying here because they're holding up the price. Like, I mean, just look at compared to September to November. Okay, the stock's like, it feels like it's dead. Like, look, it's just dragging lower, no buy. All of a sudden, whoa, what's going on here? Big volume starts to come in, right? Let's point that out. Big volume's coming in here. Interesting. Okay, it's persistent volume. Okay, it's above average volume. Okay, stock's price. Sellers, very minimal. Very interesting to point out here. Okay, this could be a massive gainer in 2024. It's important that we stay up on it, and I'm going to be posting weekly videos. This is what I want to highlight here. I'm going to end the video off with this. I was looking at DeFi, and very interesting name. Another Canadian crypto related name, but look at DeFi here. Very similar. We spent pretty much a year in this base. Look at this breakout, right? This is a 330% move to the upside. Is this going to top out? We don't know, right? Like, this could continue to go. It could go sideways for a bit. It could start to create a bullish pattern, right? What I think is most important is it's starting to get away here. This point here, once we absorb all the supply in this area, this is what happens. When a flood of buyers comes in, it'll drive the price higher. Now, when we're talking about Wndr, we need to consider that what's going to happen when a flood of money starts to come in. This price could rip. This price could rip for sure. Our first battle is going to be that, like I mentioned earlier, this supply zone we got here from 27 to 24 or 23 cents. If we could rip through that, and depending on how easily we rip through that zone, this will rip faces if the trend prevails, is what I'm going to say, because we don't know what's going to happen. So from a weekly perspective, this is looking like just a little baby. So what we need to pay attention to is the EMAs. Let's see what we got here when we have the EMAs. This is the first time we're seeing a bullish cross of the EMAs since we had a bearish cross in January 2022. That's almost 2 years later. 2 years of price action, 2 years of patience. You're telling me big money isn't going to try to take advantage of this market by using every possible stock they can? And fortunately, for those who are in the know, the penny stocks like Wonderfi, but as you know, if you've been watching some of my videos, like, Wonderfi has massive upside potential. So in terms of their fundamentals and what they're trying to do, they're trying to dominate the Canadian crypto space. This is huge. We need to start all eyes on Wndr, and we need to pay attention, because in the next few weeks, right, if this is right, if this bullish cross of the EMAs is correct, and it's informing us from a technical perspective that a bull run is about to happen, we need to prepare for prices to come up into this 64, $1, 150 range, because who knows how wild this shit can get, right? So what we can do is mark out major zones. Right here is a major zone, okay? Major zone. What happens if this acts as a magnet? Okay, where this area is just, we're gonna have a trend where we come up, we retest, we go up, we retest, we go up, we retest until we get up into this zone. If this is going to happen, we want to fully be aware of it on a weekly basis and paying attention. So I think a major key that will give us this signal to guarantee this thesis is in the next coming weeks, if we see a God candle that breaks out like this, or we see a candle at some point in the next few weeks that takes us up out of this range, and we hold, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get some massive gains here. And I'm very excited. I am very excited. So that's the breakdown. Again, another long video. We can't stop chatting about Wonderfi. Easy, guys.